All right, excuse the interruption. In case you were watching 5A and then that ding happened at the end. Hilarious, teachers. Point being is that we're going to get back to this graph. It's an absolute value graph. The conversation of this section is last of all to say what's the domain and what's the range. Domain is how the graph is created as the graph moves from left to right. And so on the left side of the graph, it's this arrow, this intended arrow that the graph is going to keep going for forever to the left and up. So the domain has no limit as this graph moves to the left. As the graph moves to the right, this arrow keeps on going, so it's heading in a positive up direction to the right. So therefore we would say that this graph has a domain of all real numbers. But the range, and I chose this one differently because its range is not specifically the same. There is a lowest point to this graph. It's pretty much at 0 or the x-axis. So there is a limiting or a lowest value. A minimum is the proper vocabulary word for us. There is a minimum value for this function. But because the graph goes up as the graph moves to the left, and because the graph goes up as the graph moves to the right, and there's no indication that there is a highest point or maximum, that makes this graph have no highest value, no maximum. So its range is not all real numbers. These numbers that are down here that are negative y values, range is a y value, these y values that are negative, they don't actually have a connection to this graph. So we're going to toss them out. The only possible values for the range are numbers 0 and higher, and we would call that a subset of the real numbers. That's parts 1 through, I guess, 5B. Thank you for the interruption. Thanks for watching any of these. I hope any of them are helpful. Stick around for more videos later. Thank you so much. Have a good day.